All right, last time we talked about solving systems of equation using substitution. Today we're going to use a method called elimination. And with elimination, we're going to try and keep it simple today and just kind of teach you the basics. So a quick reminder that the answer or the solution to a systems of equations is where the two lines meet. So we're just trying to use some basic math skills to find that out without graphing it. So when we use elimination, what we're looking for is we're looking at our coefficients or our numbers in front of x and y. And what we're looking for is we're looking for either x or y to have the same number and for one of those numbers to be negative. So if we look at these two, we notice that our 2's or our x's are both 2. One is positive and one is negative. So this means this is a really good problem to use elimination for. So what we're going to do is we're going to add these two equations together. And when we add the two equations together, we're going to use the signs we're given. So a positive 2 minus 2 is a 0, or it's canceled out and it's eliminated. We usually don't put that 0 down there. We just eliminate and cross out those variables. So now we're going to do a positive 4 minus 3, which gets me 1y. Then I'm going to do 10 minus 8, which gets me 2. So our y equals 2. So now we need to use the steps that we did yesterday. Because our y equals 2, we now need to substitute or replace this 2 into one of our equations. So because the 2 equals y, I'm going to draw that box around my y, and I'm going to rewrite that first equation. 2x plus 4. When I hit my box, I use my parentheses, and instead of y, I'm going to write down 2. So now we can solve this equation like normal. 4 times 2 is 8. So 2x plus 8 equals 10. And then I need to subtract the 8 to the other side. 2x equals 2. And then I need to divide by the number in front of x. And so x equals 1. And so just like yesterday when we write our solutions, so L-U-T-I-O-N-S, they are x comma y. So our x equals 1, our y equals 2. And so that is our solution. So again, we're looking for the either x or y that has the same number and one of them is negative. So the x and y that have the same is our x. They both have 3 and one of our 3's is negative. So that tells us that we're going to add both of these together. So a positive 3 minus 3 means that those two cancel out. We have eliminated our x's. We do 7 minus 4, which gets us 3y. And then 45 minus 6 should be 9. So now we're going to divide by a number in front of y. And y equals 3. So again, I'm going to highlight everything after that equal sign. And because y equals 3, I'm going to go find the y and put my box around the y so that I know what to substitute or replace. So we're going to write 3x plus 7. I get to the box, so I put my parentheses, and then I put my 3, and then we put, not 44, 45. So 7 times 3 is going to be 21, and I'm going to bring down my 3x. I need to move the 21 to the other side, so I flip the sign. So 3x equals 24. And then our last step is to divide by 3, which is the number in front of x. And so x equals 8. So now when we write our solution, we write it again, x comma y. And so our x value is 8, our y value is 3, and that is our solution. All right, so we're looking at our x's. I notice that our x's are not the same number, but my y's are the same number. One is positive and one is negative. So now we want to add them together. We're going to cross those out right there. 8 plus 3 is 11x. 8, 10, 11, 12, I get a 5, 55. So now we need to divide by the number in front of x. And x equals 5. So I'm going to highlight what comes after the equal sign because I need to substitute or replace. So I'm going to substitute or replace this because x equals 5. I'm going to put a box around the x. So instead of writing x, I'm going to put my 5. So 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2y equals 17. We're going to subtract 15, subtract 15. So 2y equals 2. And then our last step is to divide by the number in front of y, and y equals 1. So our solution is x, comma, y. All right, this one works the same way. We're just going to put v, comma, a is going to be our solution. I know it's a little funky, but it still works out the same way. So our one v is 1, the other one is 6. So now I move on to my a's. And so we've got some opposite signs, same number. So that tells me I can add them. I'm going to put that invisible 1, make it visible. So 6 plus 1 is 7v. My a's cancel. It's going to be a 5. 6, that's a 7. So we get 175. My next step is to divide by 7. 7 goes in there twice, remainder of 35. So v equals 25. So again, I'm going to highlight what v equals. I'm going to plug it into that first equation, which means I'm going to put a box around v. So instead of writing v, I'm going to write 25 plus 4a equals 57. So now I can solve it like normal. Oh my goodness. Minus 25. Minus 25. 2, 32. And so a is going to equal 8. So we said at the top we're going to do v, comma, a for our solution. So our solution is 25, comma, 8. All right, I want you to try these two on your own and then check them with the completed class notes.